Let's jump right into this. Starting with Trent Williams, the San Francisco 49ers star left tackle who recently secured a huge payday while navigating a tricky contract restructure. Now, Williams was facing over $2 million in fines after holding out during training camp, but he came out on top. The 49ers reworked his contract, securing him a guaranteed $48 million, with the potential to reach up to $82.7 million over 3 years. But why did he hold out? And how does this impact the 49ers financially and strategically? Williams was willing to face steep fines over $50,000 per day to make his case for higher pay, even though he's 36 years old. That's not typical for an NFL player at his age. But Williams has been playing at an elite level, which makes his case a little bit different. He was betting on himself, knowing that the 49ers needed him on the field to protect their quarterback Brock Purdy and keep the offense moving. In this business, contracts are complex, but when you're a proven player like Williams, you can afford to gamble. Now, let's talk about the 49ers perspective. By giving Williams a $25.7 million signing bonus and clearing over $10 million in cap space for 24, they're playing the long game. This isn't just about Williams. The 49ers are thinking ahead, knowing they've got big contracts to deal with, including potentially locking in quarterback Brock Purdy long term. So this deal opens up flexibility for them while keeping a critical piece of their offense locked in. What makes this even more impressive is that Williams now holds the record for the most career earnings of any non-quarterback in NFL history, with $358.8 million. This isn't just about the money though. Williams has made it clear he wants to play until he's 40, chasing not just Super Bowl rings, but setting new standards for longevity at his position. That's legendary status right there. Now, we're shifting gears from the NFL to a completely different world. The exclusive, high-pressure role of being a billionaire's personal assistant. This next story is going to give you a peek behind the curtain into what it's really like to work for the ultra-wealthy. Let's talk about what that job really entails and why it's not all private jets and red carpets. Imagine being the personal assistant to one of the wealthiest people in the world. You're responsible for managing their day-to-day life, coordinating everything from business meetings to luxury vacations. Now, here's where it gets real. These PAs don't just work a 9 to 5. They're often on call 24/7, managing the lives of their bosses in ways you can never think of. Let's break it down. Personal assistants at this level are more than just assistants. They manage private jets, yachts, exotic cars, and entire teams of other staff like nannies and chefs. The salary? Some are making up to $250,000 a year, with extra expenses covered like travel, lodging, and meals when they're jetting across the world with their boss. But for those who travel with these billionaires, it's not glamorous all the time. There's a lot of isolation, long hours, and stress, especially when you're trying to get an impossible dinner reservation at the last minute or managing a full staff at a mansion that's as big as a college campus. And let's talk about the psychological aspect. Billionaires often have a warped sense of reality. They're so used to people catering to their every need that they sometimes forget their assistants are people too. It's not uncommon for these billionaires to think their PAs should be grateful for the opportunities to work for them, even if they're being paid below what they deserve. So we've covered NFL contract strategies and the high-stakes world of personal assistants. Now, let's switch lanes and talk about something that affects all of us, especially if you're into electric vehicles. Tesla is making moves in China, aiming to produce a new variant of the Model Y. Let's break that down. Tesla is planning to roll out a 6-seater version of its popular Model Y in China by 2025. Why is this a big deal? Well, China is one of Tesla's largest markets, and the competition is heating up with domestic automakers like NIO and Zeekr pushing out their own electric SUVs. Tesla is feeling the pressure to keep up, especially when you consider their rivals are offering more spacious interiors at lower price points. The Model Y has been Tesla's best-selling vehicle in China, moving over 200,000 units in the first half of 2023 alone. But with competitors closing in, Tesla's move to add a 6-seater could be a game changer. It's designed to cater to Chinese consumers who prioritize family-oriented cars. This new model will be built at Tesla's Shanghai factory, which has been expanding rapidly to meet demand. What's interesting is Tesla's dual strategy. In China, they're focusing on the Model Y, but in the US, they're leaning heavily into self-driving technology in their future robo-taxi fleet. Tesla's full self-driving FSD feature could also hit China by the end of this year, which would be a huge selling point for tech-savvy consumers in the region. From high-stakes NFL contracts to the high-pressure lives of billionaire personal assistants and Tesla's strategic moves in China, today's show is giving you a deeper look into these complex stories. Keep tuning into Millions Made News and stay in the loop with the latest in finance, tech, sports, and beyond. Peace.